Hey, I'm back with another video. If you're new, welcome. Don't forget to tap that subscribe button. Show me some love. Give me a like because it's equal to a hug, and Lord knows I can use a hug. And of course, leave a comment, good or bad, all are welcome. Alrighty then. So what is this video about? The indigo. Who are the indigo? Why am I an indigo? Could you be an indigo? Come on, let's chat about that. Okay, the indigo. Who are indigos? Well, I'm going to read a little bit of information about them in case you didn't know. And I know there are plenty of videos out there, but each are different. We're all different. We're like thumbprints. And it's nice just to know that you're not the only one out there. You're not crazy. You're not weird. You're not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because you have a gift or you're a little different. And I just wanted to talk about this today because I am different. And I just recently found out that I am an indigo. So let's get started. Indigos are gifted souls. They're on a clear mission to challenge and shift reality. They first began appearing in the 1970s. I was really surprised to know that. Beyond psychic awareness, they are highly driven and creative with a perception that sees through the established norms of society. They're old souls, and I'm definitely an old soul. Their mission is clearly laid out to shake up the modern world and pave the way for future generations to create peace and harmony for all. Now, I know that kind of sounds a little cliche and a little bit meh, but basically, I feel that I do want to help. I find myself wanting to help people. Some of the videos that I have that are uplifting or helpful or trying to get people to think differently. So I'm definitely about shaking things up, and that's what I'm doing with my videos. Let's see. So what else? Why would you think you're an indigo? Let's see what their traits are. A lot of people can identify to these list of things that I'm going to go through. Let me just go down the list, and then I'm going to give you a couple of facts. I'm going to give you two different scenarios in my life that have happened to me personally that solidified the fact that yes, I am indigo. Alrighty, so let's go down the traits of an indigo person so that you can try to, I don't know, feel out whether you may be indigo or not. You feel entitled. And even though I do come from a very humble background, extremely humble background, my parents were pretty much the working poor, but they gave me what they could. I was educated, I was cared for, and I never wanted for anything. And I do have a sense of entitlement. It's not in an arrogant way. It's not in a, I'm a princess and you will bow before me. It's nothing like that. It's just a feeling of just expecting respect, expecting harmony, expecting people to get along, and expecting peace. I think that's how I can describe my entitlement. The second one is you're destined to be here. And yes, I kind of felt like I feel like I've been here many times. And I do have a video that depicts my soul travel. So yes, I do know that I've been here many times, but never in the modern world. So this is my first time being here in a more modern era. Okay, 3, you have high expectations of yourself and others. I definitely do. I always want to do more. I always expect more of myself, and I always expect to do better. 4, you're perceptive. And that could be said of everyone, but you're especially perceptive. And let's see what it says about this. Indigos see the world differently, coupled with inner self-assurance. You often think your way is right and are offended if others cannot see, much less take action on your point of view. If indigos ruled the world, you are confident no problems would exist. Yeah. You question authority. I definitely have questioned authority since knee-high to a grasshopper, so absolutely. 6, you want to overturn the man. And it's true, I don't agree with the government. I don't agree a lot with politicians say. I don't watch the news. I just I just don't believe in the society that we have right now. It doesn't work. And even though I'm not in politics and I don't have the power to change things, but I am doing my part because I'm thinking differently, I'm feeling differently, and I'm just trying to share what I already know with everybody through my YouTube videos. 7, you're creative. Duh, yes I am. 9, you are a lost soul, and I feel this way most of the time. Let's see, lost soul, you feel out of place with others as you recognize you are different than most people. You can tend toward being a loner or a rebel, unwilling to compromise just to fit in, and that is definitely me. And 10, you are driven. As the Indigo soul mission is encoded in your every being, you are unwilling to back down from confronting what feels out of integrity. And that is very, very true. So if you have any of those that are just powerful and overwhelming in your life, or more than, I would say, half of those, then I would say you're indigo, especially if you have a gift. Okay, so why do I think I'm an indigo? I just went through some of the points that you could possibly relate to as to why you might be indigo, but why am I indigo? And why do I think I'm indigo? I'm gonna give you 2 reasons why. Okay, 1, I was in a relationship a while ago. This was a while ago, years ago. And it ended badly. It ended very, very badly, and it just ended abruptly. And I knew the person for, I would say, a good 2 years, and we'd become very close, and we were intimate, the whole 9 yards, and this person left out of my life just abruptly, just like that. And that was very jarring. And once I get used to someone, or I grow attached to them, it's more than an attachment, it's a link. I'm linked to that person. And it's really weird because all the links I've had have been different. And in this link, I think I was emotionally and psychically attached to him. So it'd been a while, it'd been months since he'd been gone, and a lot of people at work, at the job that I had at that time, knew him. And it was a clean break. It was too painful to have to speak to him or see him or anything. I mean, it was done, and that's it. But I was still going through the repercussions of the break. So one day I went to bed and I dreamt I was on the train going to work. And I saw him. Now, when I had this dream, I was pretty much almost over him. I was feeling better. I was feeling more myself. As you know, with heartbreak, it takes a long time for you to get back to yourself and feel normal. I was feeling normal, and I had this dream, and it was clear as day. This is how you know your dreams are either, they're premonitional or they mean something more. It was very clear. I remember every single solitary detail. There was no fuzziness about the dream whatsoever, and it was in color, and it had a beginning, a middle, and an end. So it started off with me on the platform. I saw him on the platform, and my instinct was to forget everything that had happened and to just say hello. It wasn't that I wanted to rekindle, it wasn't that I wanted him back, just to say hello, and it was just nice to see him. It really, really was nice to see him. That's my genuine feeling in the dream that I had. So we went on the train, and not only was the train kind of empty, there were seats available everywhere. And he chose, not only did he not say hello to me, but he was very nervous, and he just had a face like, God, God, why is she here? Why do I have to see this be? Oh God, it was just like that horrible, just think about it, the person that you love or the person that you care about, and they're just like, oh, I have to see you again. It hit me really hard. I was really, really hurt. And when he got on the train, he sat in between 2 people. And like I said, there were seats everywhere. He didn't even say hello. He sat in between those 2 people. And I remember being so hurt that I wanted to cry. So I just went into the second cart, but I could still see him. And he would just not even look. And he was so angry and he was so frustrated that he had even seen me. So when I went into work the next day, bam, he was back in town, and he had been gone because he moved out of the state. I should have said that before, but he was gone. So I had no idea that he was back or he was visiting or anything. The next day at work, my coworker comes up to me when he knew that I really didn't want to know. I didn't have to know, but he came up to me and said, oh, so-and-so is back in town. And that was the day after I had this dream. That was one. The second one was with my sister, and she's the one that kind of brought this up to me to begin with, as far as Indigo People, I was living in Florida at the time. I came to New York to visit, and I was with one of my sisters. I was staying with her here, and there's a beautiful church. My patron saint is Saint Therese, and she took me to the Saint Therese church, and it was oh gosh, this church was so beautiful. And she introduced me to the priest there, or one of the priests there. I don't even know if he's there anymore, but it was one of the priests that happened to be saying the mass that day. And I guess they were friends. I don't know. I really don't know what her friendships were with the clergy in that particular church. She herself, she is a nun, so, you know, I don't know, because I was just visiting. So anyway, we went into the church, and after I met him, she asked me later on, what did you think of the priest? And unfortunately, I sized him up, and it took me maybe 2, 3, 4 minutes. Now, don't get me wrong, priests and nuns and clergy people are they're just the same as anyone else. They have to work, they have personalities, they're not really different from anyone. They just happen to have given their life to the Lord and, you know, are celibate and the whole 9 yards. That's what makes them different, that's it. So I told her, I said, he seemed very self-assured, very patronizing, really not interested or wouldn't be interested in you if you weren't a friend or someone that he liked. And he's all-knowing, always knows what's right, never is wrong. Just one of those kind of people, and he really rubbed me the wrong way. The energy was really, really bad when I met him, and I just didn't like him. So I just said this, that was the first day that I had met him. I didn't know who he was, and my sister was she didn't say anything for a really long time, and I'm like, but why you asked me then? Why you asked me? What? So she didn't say anything for a while, and then later on she admitted that I hit the nail right on the head. So these 2 reasons, and plus many, 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 many more, I can't tell you all of them because we would be here forever, but this is why I think I'm indigo. And I just wanted to have a chat about it. I wanted to talk about it and maybe get your insight, or maybe get a comment from you, or you telling me that, hey, you know, that stuff like that happens to me too, or maybe you have a video about your indigo not clarification, but epiphany. You know, you finally realized, hey, I'm an indigo, and you see my video and you want to share. So yeah, this is the end of my video. I just wanted to kind of open your eyes to something different, tell you my story, and yeah, if you have a comment, please leave it in the description box below. Don't be afraid to reach out and tell me whether you liked this video or not. Tell me if it was boring. Tell me it was fun. Tell me that you liked it. I don't even care, good or bad. Like I said, all comments are welcome. I hope this, you know, entertained you, it opened your mind, and maybe made you ask the question, am I indigo? Okay, this is the end of my video. Till my next video, because you never know what I'm going to upload next.